So, I'm going to ask you the question everybody's been asking. Kyle getting drafted. Where do we stand on the quarterback position?
Well, obviously losing a guy like Kyle was huge. I mean, the kid is such a great player, tremendous person, tremendous leader, excellent student. I mean, it's when you build a quarterback or a person or a football player, I mean, you just build it like him. But with that being said, we like Kevin Johnson. He'll be our starting quarterback next year. And he's the guy that played the 3 playoff games when Kyle went down 2 years ago. Really good player, great arm strength, good leader. We like him a lot and feel good that he can come in and get the ball to our playmakers. And so we're very fortunate we got a kid like him following up Kyle.
We were looking through your stats, just trying to get to know the team. You guys got a very nice and impressive, and it seems consistent offense. You got 3 wide receivers that had 6 or more touchdowns, and they're all coming back. You got 2 running backs that had over 400 yards rushing, plus 4 touchdowns. I mean, on offense, do you see anything that you need to improve on besides just, building that chemistry between the quarterback and everybody else?
Well, we got to run the ball better. We threw it great. I mean, I think we were second in the country in pass offense. We threw it really well last year, obviously with Kyle and the wideouts. So we got to run the ball better, no question about that. But yeah, the 3 wideouts, I mean, they both had all 3 of them had over 800 yards receiving, and that we were the only team in the country with 3 over 800 yards. They're really good players. We get another guy back, Jamal Bevels, who was a starter before he got injured. He didn't play this year, and he's back. And then we got another kid, Caleb Drake. So we think we got 5 guys that are, legit players in this league. At running back, we got 4. In some ways, last year, we tried to play all 4. These guys are going to have to compete, and the best one's going to play. Xavier Goodall was the guy that kind of finished up the season and played really well towards the end of it. But he's not a guy that can be a 25 carry a game. So we're going to need 2 or 3. I don't know if we can get all 4 going at one time, but we got some good, talented players back there.
I understand.
Speaking of Kyle and all that you lost, how do you feel about your new recruits coming in, and how do you feel they can help you, build on your offense and keep going forward?
Well, probably none of the offensive recruits are going to help us this year. We'll redshirt all those guys. We just got we signed 2 wideouts that are really good players, but they're not better than right now than what we got. I mean, the guys we got right now are really, really good. We signed 2 freshman running backs that'll get redshirted this year if we stay healthy. And then up front offensively, we signed a couple offensive linemen. One, is probably ready, and he'll probably be in the 2 deep, but hopefully we don't have to play him. So I don't really think offensively, those guys are going to be ready. I feel really good about what we coming back. Defensively now, there's probably a couple in the secondary that may have to help us depth-wise. We're not deep. Defensively, we're not very deep. I think we can trot 11 out there that are really good, and maybe 12, 13th, and 14th guy, but we're not deep, and we're a little young in the backup roles up defensively. But I think we're talented. I think we got some good kids in the program that can develop and be good players. But hopefully we can redshirt every freshman we got, other than our punter. Now, we got a punter that's going to punt as a true freshman, so that I can guarantee you he's playing.
Nice.
That's good.
So, flipping to, defense, your passing defense makes NFL defenses look ridiculous. I mean, 197 yards through the air you guys averaged.
Yeah.
But I feel a butt coming on.
Well, I mean, I think people ran the ball on us a little bit better than what we would like.
That was the next where I was going.
And so the statistics are really hard to gauge. I mean, I think what we did best defensively we rushed the passer. Our front four rushed the passer. I think we were second in the league in sacks or somewhere up there. And so we did rush the passer well. I don't think we covered great. I think we were better in the passing game just because we did rush the passer. Now, we didn't defend the run real well. We'll be better at that this year. And but we weren't great on defense, but we got better as the year went on, which is good. And hopefully it carries over into this year.
Built that chemistry up. Yeah, I was gonna say, you guys gave up almost 170 yards on the ground. You didn't give up a lot of touchdowns, though, compared to what you scored, because you only gave up 14 TDs on the ground, which I know, you can always improve upon everything. But
we got to play the run better. There's no question about that, and we will. I think we're bigger. I think we put some mass. Coming into this league, they had been a 3-4 defense, and they had kind of recruited to that style. We went to the 4-3, 4-2-5, and so, we went to playing with 5 DBs, 2 inside linebackers, 4 down guys, and we were playing some down guys that probably weren't big enough, had enough mass on them to hold up against some of these power teams. Like Elon was very physical, and Stony Brook was very physical. So, we needed a year to get our guys bigger and stronger, and I think that's taken place. So I think we'll be able to hold up in the run better.
Well, speaking of that, like taking a year to get used to it, it's your second year in Richmond. So I guess how are you getting used to the culture in the area and just the feel of the town and everything?
Well, I'd been here 8 years. 8 years. I was here for 5 years. 9 years ago as a defensive coordinator. Mm-hmm. So I was very familiar with Richmond, familiar with the program. I'd been with 2 great coaches in Dave Clawson and Mike London. And so I knew Richmond, I knew the culture, I knew the players, I knew the recruiting. So it was really not a hard adjustment for me. I think, and I brought some coaches with me from Chattanooga, so the adjustment for them was probably a lot harder than it was for me. But love Richmond. I love our players in the town, and my wife's from Virginia, and her sister lives here. So it was a great fit for me to come back.
So it was more of a homecoming than just a new job, I guess.
It wasn't new for me. I mean, I kind of knew. I knew the good and the bad and the ugly, and so there were no surprises coming back for me.
Cool. That's good to hear.
I already know the answer to this question, but I gotta ask it anyways. 6-5 last year, 4-4 in conference. Kind of got an expectation of where you want to be. I know 14-0 would be, or 15-0. I'm sorry.
Last year, very unacceptable for Richmond standards. I mean, the last 10 years, Richmond's been good. They've won 4 conference championships and national championships. Been deep in the playoffs, and 6-5 is really unacceptable. 4-4 in the conference, unacceptable. We didn't do a good enough job as coaches getting our guys ready. I didn't do a good enough job for sure. But I think we built good relationships with our players. I think we know each other better. I think year 2 will be better.
Awesome. Well, Russ, got anything else for?
No, not at the moment. I've loved everything I've heard so far.
All right, well.
Cool.
Sir,
good to see you guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate y'all.
Look forward to seeing you on the field.
Oh, good. Anytime.